Alright, so good morning everyone, it's 11 and I've just finished exercising as always and 1 hour of running and 2 hours of spinning today. And after this I'm going to go shopping and then I'm going to do a Pokemon Go raid. And then I'm going to the ERGT meeting at 13:15, so in 2 hours. Or an hour and a half or so. And this afternoon or evening I'm going to go to my grandmother's and we're going to dine together. We talked about it yesterday. So that's always something, eating together with someone. I'm really happy that me and my grandmother have gotten so back to having so good contact again. So there was a while where we didn't talk that much. And it mostly had to do with her not understanding what Asperger's is and autism and all that. Just taking things for granted. And I got quite upset with all that. So we didn't talk for a year or so. It's the same with my dad. I mean, my dad is worse, but he's closer related. And he still hasn't called my therapist at the gender identity clinic, and he probably won't. So that's quite boring when he asks for a number and then doesn't do anything with it. I'm not going to use a primer now either, since I'm going to wash this off in about 3 hours, 4 hours, after I've exercised this afternoon with running and more spinning. I know it's an insane amount of exercise I'm doing, but my body can handle it at the moment, and I'm not losing any weight. I mean, I weighed 71.5 this morning, and that was after eating and drinking a lot of fluid, so my weight is stable at around 70 to 72. Had my weight started dropping like crazy, things would not have been okay. But I can handle my increased exercise level since I've increased my intake so much. Of course, I'm very muscular in my legs, and it's a problem when you are trying to find pants and such that suit you, since you have such large leg muscles in comparison to your upper body, which is quite thin for me. I have a runner's body, I've always had. Perhaps not when I had my latest bout of anorexia a few years ago, because then I was just thin all over the place. But now I'm back to having a quite large lower body and not that large upper body. I mean, of course I have muscle, I have a lot of muscle on my upper body, but they are not as visible and not as strong as on the lower body, and you can tell how a runner looks, or who is a runner, by looking at their body. And a person who is quite small on the upper body but has strong legs is probably a runner. A long distance runner. a shorter distance runner would be much more muscular on the upper body as well, since you will need that force in your core to run faster. But since I'm just running for fun now and I'm not running for any times or anything, I'm not going to compete until I've changed my legal sex, and that's not going to happen until at least January next year, so this season of competition won't happen. And next year is going to, if I can maintain my level of exercise and have some speed, there's going to be controversies, because I am a very good runner when I get to training. If I win all the women's races, there's going to be a lot of angry people who's going to say that it's unfair for me to compete against them. And as there's, fortunately, I'm not going to aim for an international level, at least not now. I mean, if I can maintain my body and stay whole, I could aim for the women's marathon, perhaps. But that will have to wait until 2024 at least, because next year I'm not going to be able to qualify. But I could probably compete for the Swedish Championships in marathon next year if I'm whole, and that could be an issue. It's not easy being transgender. There's always some hurdle or obstacle you have to face. And my biggest hurdle at the moment is, of course, being accepted by my family and getting them to understand what this is all about. But there are going to be more hurdles further on in my life. Like when I go back to my studies, and then a workplace situation, and sports, as I've said, if I want to compete again. Because I've always been very competitive in my life. And that's why I excelled so much at athletics as a teenager. These poor unfortunate souls, so bad, so sad. I won't win any races as I am now. I could probably not barely run the 10k under 40 minutes, and there are at least a dozen other women in Skåne that can do that. And we have one of the fastest women here in Sweden from Skåne, Sarah Lahti. She's run the 10k in 31 minutes. And that's faster than I did as a male when I was 18. I went around 32, 40, and she's run a minute faster than I have. And I don't think that I could ever beat her time, but as I said, it all has to do with staying whole and getting the proper exercise. I have a lot of potential on longer distances than the 10k. But it's all about staying whole and getting proper training. And that's not something I'm good at because I am very prone to injuries. I felt my hip now starting to be a little feisty again. And that's annoying, of course. I've only run for 32 days in a row. Only, of course. Because I'm insane, I think like that. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to record my voice after I get back from the store. So, bye-bye.